morning, everybody. It is day 17 of 84 of the Suffering 2.0. Just got done heating up my oatmeal. Took my pills, drank my protein already. Got my coffee ready, just like yesterday. This morning, I woke up at 229.4. That's pretty good for a Wednesday. So I'm in the 229. I'm in the 220s again on Wednesday. Last week I got down to 228.2. So I'm not too far back off from where I left off last week. So hopefully tomorrow, Thanksgiving, doesn't mess me up too much and it doesn't curve my weight loss too dramatically. If anything, it doesn't affect me at all. Hopefully it helps me more than anything and I'm able to keep just trucking along. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and eat. I'll see y'all on my walk.
Now, that is a beautiful sunrise. Even though the sun is behind the clouds, just the way it's streaking through the sky with the orange, that is beautiful. That's a morning worth waking up to, getting outside and walking for. Just to be able to look at that. How many sunrises have you missed in your life, and the beauty of them every single morning because of maybe sleeping in was a little bit too important, or your job wouldn't allow you to, or you worked the night shift and you had to miss it. Very fortunate, lucky, and blessed that I get to see this every single morning to motivate me to keep moving. If the sun can rise another day, I can walk another step. Okay. I want to talk about a topic that's pretty close to my mentality. Also, I have my hat with my mic because yesterday I didn't care for the way the audio sounded, even having it in my shirt pocket. So I'm like, let me try it this way. So hopefully the audio is better. I talk about willpower versus motivation. I am a strong believer in motivation means nothing. The only thing motivation is good for is getting you started. But motivation comes in waves. It's a momentary burst of energy to feel like doing something. Once that energy is gone, the motivation leaves with it. Bye, see you later, I'm out of here. And then what do you have? That's when you get the binge eating, that's when you get the low, the depression. Why am I doing this? What's the point of this? No one cares what I look like. I should just be happy with how I look. You know, body positivity shouldn't have to be looking lean and ripped and jacked and tan. And there is a lot of truth to that statement. I'm not going to argue that. But if your health is in poor condition, you need to get over yourself and not worry about body positivity, and you need to worry about not dying. But back to what I was saying. So when those lows hit, that's when your motivation has run its course. Now where do you go? Well, now it's time to lean on willpower. The sheer will to keep moving even whenever you feel defeated. When you feel like there's no point of going forward. When you feel like it's hopeless. When you feel like you're never going to reach your goal. When you feel like all your efforts are in vain. All your struggles and all your accomplishments added up to less than what you hoped for in the time that you've been doing this. So then it's very discouraging. You're hungry, so the tired kicks in. And now you're hungry, you don't care. You just want to feel full. You want to feel comfort. You're miserable. You're suffering. You don't feel good because you're hungry. You're not in the right state of mind. All this negative energy, all these negative impacts come and they hit you like a ton of bricks. That's when willpower comes in. Motivation goes. Motivation is great to get started, but some people never find the motivation. Some people lack the drive to self-motivate. So if you don't have self-motivation, then what do you do to get started? You don't. You just don't. That's when willpower comes in. And a lot of times these people that have no motivation to get started, when they do finally just say, I just have to do it, then they start seeing the results after 5-6 weeks. Then they start becoming highly motivated. Now they're excited. Now they see the payoff. Now they see the results coming. Now they see the This is so worth it. I hated that I waited so long to get started. Now the motivation's there. That's great. You're motivated. Congratulations, you found it. But that's going to wear off. That's going to go away. And those people that are very unmotivated, that find motivation, tend to get hit harder than those that have motivation in spurts and waves. Because once that falls off, that's like a real good high, and you hit a real hard low. And once they come off of that high and they're left with nothing but willpower, sometimes they can't draw on that willpower no more. So whenever you're feeling like you're motivated to do something, just remember, you're going to have to mentally prepare yourself. And this is why I call it the suffering. Because I'm not always going to be excited to do my cardio. I'm not always going to be excited to work out. I'm not always going to be looking forward to eating chicken and carrots and chicken and bell pepper and chicken and rice and oatmeal and protein and chicken and lettuce. I'm not always going to be excited to eat that. It sucks. It's repetitive. It doesn't fill me up. I'm hungry all day. I feel tired. My body feels heavy. My calves hurt. My knees are achy. My hips are tender. My elbows kind of I tweaked myself in my shoulder or my neck when I was sleeping or something at work yesterday, and it kind of bugging me. I'm a little uncomfortable right now. I'm irritated because I'm hungry. I'm irritable because I'm tired. It's suffering. You're mentally and physically suffering in a way that you're not used to. Is it real suffering? No. It's not like you just had your leg blown off or you have some type of terminal illness and you're dying. It's a different level of suffering. It's self-inflicted suffering. It's getting out of your comfort zone and getting out of a place of just pure comfort and going into something that's uncomfortable, that's going to continuously be uncomfortable. So then it comes down to you have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. How do you become comfortable being uncomfortable? You just suffer long enough and then you get used to it. It becomes normal. It becomes familiar. Oh, hello, hunger. I was wondering when you were going to show up today. I feel you. I know you're there. You came a little bit later, but I knew you'd show up, and here you are. I hope you're ready for today, because I know I am. Right? You have to mentally prepare yourself, and then the only way to do that is time. You're going to suck at your diet at first. You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. You're going to break. You're going to give in. You're going to be weak. People are going to tempt you and you're going to give in to them. You're going to suck at dieting for a while. It takes time to get good at being miserable. It takes time to get good at suffering. It takes time to get good at being irritable and irritated and tired. But you will get used to it. And then you won't be irritated. And you won't be aggravated. You won't be easily tempered. That goes away. And then you're just you, but you're a hungry version of you. Like, yeah, I'm back to being me. And I'm happy, living life, making results. I'm hungry all the time, but you know what? That's okay. Because I'm healthy now. And I'm looking sexy now. And we all want to be sexy. There's not a person on the planet that doesn't want to feel sexy. And I don't mean sexy as a look. Just in general. Everybody wants to feel sexy to somebody. It doesn't matter how you look or what your image is. Everybody wants to feel sexy to somebody. So what is your version of sexy? If you're working out for health, then don't do it for vanity. If you're working out for vanity, go all in. And just know you're going to fail and you're going to mess up and you're going to do terrible in the beginning. But that's okay. Just keep driving forward. One of the worst things about failing is you feel like a failure. And then one of the biggest issues is when a lot of people fail on their diet and they break, they go, well, I already messed up. And it's Saturday and I messed up my third meal of the day, so I guess I'm just going to keep messing up the rest of the day. And then, well, I messed up all day Saturday, so I guess I'm just going to keep it going all the way through Sunday. Who cares, right? Look at that sunrise. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go all the way through Sunday. And you know what? That's okay. Just get started back Monday. And then next week, when Saturday rolls around, if you messed up on your third meal, try to push through that meal and get to the fourth one. Then if you mess up on that fourth meal, that's okay, because guess what? You did better than last week. And then Sunday, just try to do one good meal and then screw the rest of the day and then get started back up on Monday. And then next week, try to make it a little bit further on Saturday. And then Sunday, try to do 2 good meals and push a little bit further. You know, it takes time to get good at being hungry. When the end of the week starts rolling around, you are so hungry and so defeated and so irritated. I've been at work all week. I've been dealing with all these people and adulting and my kids and bills and stress and vehicles and financing. And I'm just, I'm hungry. And I've been on this diet and I haven't had any joy in my life. I just need a break. And then you break. And that's being human. Because guess what? You suck at dieting. But you'll get better. So you just keep going. That motivation wears out at the end of the week. But that willpower can come back Monday. And just work on getting better and better every single weekend. Like I tell people, how most people I help get started, I tell them, look, we're not going to go into a full diet. Just write down everything you eat for 2 weeks. Everything, water, soda, candy, what time you ate it, and what you ate. And after 2 weeks, calculate all the calories for each meal, the carbs, the fats, the protein, and get a total on what your average weekly calorie intake is and your daily calorie intake is over the course of 2 weeks. Now, from here, all you have to do is just pick 2 meals out the day. If you eat 3 meals and 3 snacks, that's 6 times a day you eat. Change 2 of those to something healthy. Chicken and rice or chicken and vegetables, just 2. So now you have 4 meals that are fun and 2 meals that are diet. Do that for a week or 2. And then go to 3 meals, 3 and 3. Do that for a week or 2. And then go to 4 to 2. And then 5 to 1. And then start doing it where every other day you have a cheat meal. And then remove that cheat meal every other day. And then go into just on Saturday and Sunday. And then eventually wean that off to just Sundays. And even doing it that way, you're still going to break sometimes. And you're still going to mess up during the week or on the weekends hard. And that's okay. Just pick up where you left off and keep moving forward. It's not like, oh, well, I messed up, so everything I did up to this point was all pointless. It's all in vain. I gained all my weight back. I'm such a fat piece of shit. I might as well just give up. No. Stop it. Knock it off. Stop it. There's no point in being like that. Just find the willpower to keep moving forward. Because that motivation will come and go. And in those moments that you're feeling low and tired and worn out, those are the most important times to stay on it and bully yourself through it with that willpower. Be a bully and let your freaking willpower bully you through it. And if you have to be mean and angry and aggressive, don't do that to the people you love. Go yell at the wall or go kick a can or get a punching bag and go take your anger out on that punching bag and just beat the hell out that punching bag for 5 minutes. Get some cardio in and relieve some anger and some stress. Find a way to let your anger and your irritation out, because you're going to be irritable and you're going to be angry whenever you first start doing this if you've never done it before. So find a way to be able to let that energy out, that negative energy, find a way to let it out. And then speaking of negative energy, if you have people in your life that are negative, get them out of your life. If people are making you stressed, get them out of your life. If people are irritating you, get them out of your life. If people come into your life and make their problems your problems, get them out of your life. If people aren't there making your life better and they're only dragging you down to their level of misery, get them out of your life. Get all the negativity out of your life. You don't have no room for that. If you're trying to become better and you want to better yourself, well, part of that is having a better mental state. So if you're letting these people mentally wear you out, your willpower is going to them, because you only have so much motivation a day. You only have so much willpower a day. And if you allow their negative energy and their negative life and thoughts and stories and problems come into your life, well, you're putting your energy and your willpower and your motivation into them. And you're not putting it on yourself. And you're gonna have to be selfish sometimes. And you don't have time to worry about their problems. Hey, we all have problems. I have problems. You have problems. We all have problems. So don't let them make their problems your problems, and take your energy and then your motivation and then your willpower throughout the day and use it up on them. Save that energy for yourself in the evenings when you're hungry and you're down to your last meal of the day and you don't want to eat it and you have the will to shovel that shit down your throat, and then you get done eating and you sit back and you go, damn, I'm still hungry. Damn it, man, I'm still hungry. Now use the rest of your willpower to bully yourself to the end of the day till you go to bed without messing up your diet. Don't give them that energy and that willpower to defeat you on your diet, because it's going to happen if you do. All right, well, I think I've talked long enough this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down because my shoulder is burning pretty dang good. Plus, I'm really hoping the wind blowing today didn't mess up the audio. I'll be really upset. I'll see you guys in a minute. This is stacking up to be a pretty good week because on Monday, the weather came through. We had a tornado warning, so they let us go home early. So we got to get out of there around like 1 something. And then today, because it's the day before Thanksgiving, they let us kick out at 1:30 again. So we worked 3 days, but only 2 half days. So it's like, that's a win. That's a huge win. So I get to finish my routine at the house, which is wonderful. And I don't have to drive home to go straight to the gym. I get to be home and relax and hang out for a little bit. So I'm about to heat my food up, get my coffee going. I'll be eating and then getting ready to work out here in about an hour. It is arm night. So we are finally in the gym. Gonna train some biceps and triceps. Start with straight bar curl like always. Let me get this bar down and get this workout going. 125 pounds. 10 under a plate. So I'm trying to work up to a 45 aside. So I'm at 125, 10 more pounds. And I'll be at 135 on these. We're going to do what I like to call anti-reps. It's going to be reps that work out your body, but we're not really sure what they're working out. They're just working something. People say if you do cheat reps, you don't work the bicep out. It's like, if you swing it, you're not really working out the bicep. You're not training it. Well, I'm training something. I mean, I'm getting tired and things are burning and hurting. So something is definitely working. I just don't know exactly how much the percentage is, and I don't care. Because this is just one of those things I just really like to overload the bicep. I don't know, it's like, oh, it's dangerous. You can get hurt. You can really snap your shit up. Oh, yeah. But you know what? I can do that just as easy at work, picking up the stuff that I pick up cold, because I lift heavy stuff all day at work with no warm-ups. So the risk of injury is always there no matter what you do. You can mitigate it and try to reduce the chance and the risk, but reality is there's always a chance. All right, let's see how good these reps look. All right, more rest 10. We're gonna do it again. I think that was some pretty good form. I think that form was right next to godliness. And they say cleanliness is godliness. So having clean form technically means you're clean. So it's godliness. I see all these ranking videos, S tier that, S tier this, you know, on what a good workout is. Well, this is S tier right here because it's strain, right? That's what S tier means. It means strain, not superior. It's strain. But it hurts. Yep, it's supposed to. Let's go another 10 breaths when we go again. I know it's impressive. I know. Calm down, everybody. I know. It's impeccable, incredible, phenomenal, fantastic. It's epic. Remember that? Remember that was a big thing? Epic. Phenomenal and epic. I remember that. Everyone said that for everything. Have you tried that new Charmin's extra soft toilet paper? It's epic. Like, they used that for literally everything. All right, I'm going to do a drop set on this one. That felt really good. It's a saying, pain and gain, but instead we should call it strain and gain, right? So that's one really long set. It's not one set, it's a bunch of sets. It's a bunch of sets. I don't know how many sets. It's just a lot. It's as many as it takes. Oh, man. Getting close to the end. Getting real close to the end. It's like a hill, you know, you go up one side and you come down the other. The lighter the weight, the shorter the rest. Here's the fun fact. A lot of people, they don't know the real function of the bicep. You can ask all these people and they're going to tell you some BS about what the actual purpose of the bicep is. And the actual real function is quite surprising. What it's actually designed to do is to be impressive. That's it. Its only job and function in life is to be impressive. And if it's not big and bulbous or strong, it's not impressive. So if you're not turning heads or dropping jaws, then you're not really living up to the full potential of what your biceps are capable of. You can argue me all you want, facts and science, but you're going to be wrong every time. It's like, no, the whole purpose of the bicep is to contract the palm to the shoulder and to, no, the point of bending your arm is to flex the bicep to get a good peak on there to be more impressive. So when you're in line and you grab something, you can hold it like this, but if you rotate the palm like this, you get a better peak, thus being more impressive. When you pick something up and your veins shoot out, it's being impressive. So I don't care what anybody says. The whole purpose of the bicep is to do nothing more than to impress people. Guys, girls, young, old, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because everybody appreciates a nice bicep. Some guys are jealous and they're just like, they hate, whatever. But secretly they're like, I wish my biceps were impressive like that. It's just the reality. You can argue with me and say it's not true, but you know in your heart it is. You know it is. Okay, it's also known that grunting while lifting asserts dominance over the domain of your environment. So it basically just lets the weights know that, hey, I'm using my biceps, so we need to be impressive, and allows the weights to feel lighter because they understand the job at hand is to help the biceps look more impressive so you can get more weight by grunting, by signaling the dumbbells to feel lighter in your hands. That's real science right there. Preacher curls. I'm gonna go ahead and roll these up a little bit here. Okay, to be very clear, I've already explained this, but I'm going to explain it again. Straight bar curls is a low to mid for me. Spider curls is a full range. Preacher curl is a top range. So my ranges of motion change for each movement I do. Plus, the shorter the range of motion, the more weight you can use, thus making it more impressive of a lift. I don't care about your range of motion. It's unimpressive to me. How big is your biceps and how much weight are you moving? Now let's talk. See right there, that's dangerous. Going down like that, that's how you'll snap that tendon right off the bone. That's why on these, I stay in here because it keeps the tension on the bicep. It doesn't put it on the tendon. When you stretch all the way down, look at the engagement, right? It goes from being here to transferring. So that's why I don't like doing this. And then plus the way my arms are, I mean, I guess I can lean forward like this, but if I stay like this, my elbow doesn't even hit the pad. So I'm just gonna hyperextend my arm and it's just gonna hurt my elbow. Plus, it's not impressive going light. I am using this stack today because last Wednesday, I maxed this out to 150 and I got right around 20 reps. And it goes to show you the difference. 150 on that, and I'm at 80 on this. That's the difference of having a snatch block with a weight reduction. So using this stack, it's a lot more impressive because you use more weight. So it makes you feel better about yourself. You could go home and hold your head up and feel like a man when you look in the mirror at night and be like, yeah, I looked at that whole stack. That was me who did that. I'm the big bad wolf of the gym, right? Then you go to this one, which there's no weight reduction. And it really lets you know where you stand in life, right? Now it's humbling. Like, okay, this is the big boy stack now. This is the real, no games, no strings attached. This is either you have it or you don't, you know? So this is the stack I don't like, right? It's the one that doesn't make you feel good about yourself. But if you could get to 100 pounds on this, 120, yeah, that's some impressive stuff right there. It's like the difference in stretching and doing yoga. One hurts, and the other one is like hell. Okay, I'm gonna rest and hit it again. Those little hops you see me doing, right? Those are, I don't have anything funny or sarcastic to say. They just help get more reps, I guess. I'm drawing a blank right now. My mind's just like, hurt. Hurt. It's an inside joke. All right, what can we call these? I guess call them anti-reps too, just like everything else, because they're not actually reps, because they're partial, full range of an exaggerated momentum. So they're not real reps, they're anti-reps. So I guess we just stick with that, anti-reps. But they're not like cheating anti-reps, you know, where you're working out like 8 different muscle groups and you're not even really feeling it in the bicep. No, actually, after doing straight bar curls, my biceps are fried, man. They are cooked, but I muscle through as much as I can after that movement. Got to get all 3 ranges, top, middle, and bottom. Probably gonna end up getting one more. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna have to drop. I'm gonna do 1 drop. That's it for these. And then move to the next, which is overhead rope. It's a good stretching movement. I like that one a lot because it really stretches the whole tricep from the inside the shoulder, like the armpit area, all the way to the elbow. It's probably one of the best tricep stretches you can get. I don't think it's the best mass builder, but I do think there's a lot of benefit to having that range of motion in there. Okay, we're at 80, so we're gonna drop it to 50. Just a little bit over our starting weight. Our starting weight was 40. And that's the crazy thing, because a small stack, we start at 100 and move to 150. On this, we start at 40 and we move to 80. We don't even hit 100. Man, that's the thing too, because it's like, I feel like my triceps are definitely the weaker part of my arm, besides my biceps being the weakest part of my arms. I think my arms just need overall development all the way around, but I do wish my triceps were bigger than they were, because I think that's the thing that's really making my arms look smaller than they are, is my triceps just seem to be in a stubborn place in life where they don't want to better themselves, you know? So I have to figure out a way to get them out of that rut and pick them up, you know, lift yourself up by the bootstrap. You know, I got to reach down there and do that Arnold, you know, to my triceps and get them out of that rut and get them growing. I got to figure out a way to motivate them, to get them to grow. I'm trying to punish them, right? It's like when a child doesn't clean their room, what do? You punish them. You know, you ground them, you take things from them, you do things to them that makes their life disruptive from what they want, and it causes them to change into a positive behavior of doing what they're supposed to do. So that's what I'm trying to do with my arms. I'm trying to punish them into behaving how I want them to behave, and that's to grow. Just got done measuring my arms. I put it in last week's video, and then put it in this one. But 18 inches still with my pump, so I haven't lost any size. My weight's going down. I lost 3 pounds this last weekend, but my arms are still measuring the same, so that is fantastic. That tells me that I am losing weight in all the right areas. This is my last week on animal cuts though, so I gotta take a break. It says to take 1 week off after every 3 weeks. So I'm gonna be curious what happens next week whenever I'm not taking the diuretic no more. Whew. That's a good burn right there. So I'll be curious to see what happens next week when I'm not on that diuretic as to my weight fluctuating with water retention and not having the stimulants and everything else, and see if it affects my weight loss to the following week. So I'm going to see what happens this weekend. Remember, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So I'm curious how eating Thanksgiving food in replace of my regular carbohydrates, because the only thing I'm doing is my 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock meal, I'm removing the chicken for turkey and ham. And then I'm removing the carbohydrates from my rice and my oatmeal and replacing them with the sides for my carbohydrates. So the macros are going to be the same, but the fats are going to be a little bit higher because of the content of the Thanksgiving food. But I'm wondering how that's going to affect my weight loss this week. And then not being on the animal cuts next week, I'm curious how that's going to also affect my weight loss. And then going back on them, if it's going to spike me back up or if it's going to take a while, because it seemed like it took about to the second week before it really started making a difference. And I was looking up why can't you continuously run it, and they're saying that it's because your body gets used to the stimulus and it won't be as effective, and then for the energy and fat loss, and then your body gets used to the diuretic and it's not as effective for the weight loss, for the water cut. So taking a week off allows your body to have a break from it to be able to be effective. But so I don't know if there's like concerns for health with the kidneys being dehydrated, the joints being dehydrated, and they want to give your body a break from the loss of hydration, because you're supposed to drink a ton of water when you take them, and I do. So I'm peeing like crazy all the time, so I know I'm hydrated, but it's like, it's a matter of like is it like borderline damaging to the kidneys, and that's why you really want to take a break from it, or what? It's the final countdown. All right, last movement of the night for triceps and just in general. I like to do 3 different movements as well with the triceps. You know, biceps I like to do in here, and then I like to do full range, and then I like to do at the top. Well, these are kind of the same way, but I like to do an overhand, I like to do a neutral, and then I like to do an underhand. I feel like getting all 3 positions of the wrist helps develop the triceps. Now, whether there's any truth to that or not, I'm going to say yes. because, that's how I train. So I'm going to believe that ultimately in my head, it's the only, go-to answer. Because if you listen to 30 different people, you'll get 30 different answers, and you'll get, what's it called? Paralysis by analysis, by overanalyzing. So if you just simply pick a weight and clang it and bang it on a movement that you like to do, guess what? You're moving forward. You're not standing still. And results don't lie. I don't care what the science says. If you're getting results, that's all that matters. No one cared about the way the body built muscle until the last 10 years. No scientists, no studies, nobody really cared. All the science came because of the bodybuilders. And they were wondering what they were doing to get what they had. And then everyone started caring because it was a marketing ad, right? It became about money. Once the supplement company caught wind that they can make hand over fist of billions of dollars a year and selling products to bodybuilders, then they started putting the science and their research into muscle mass and muscle building because they wanted to prove that their supplements worked. And then that's where the science came in. Before, nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody cared how Arnold got his arms or how many sets or reps so he did. Nobody cared what Lee Haney did. No one cared. No one cared. Nobody. Tom Platz. Nobody cared. It wasn't until a supplement company figured out that they can make billions of dollars, and that's when they started paying for these studies to prove that taking this supplement will help increase muscle mass through exercise. So that's when the science came in. Until then, nobody cared. And that's what I understand. Like today, it's all about science. So it's like, what were they doing in the 60s, 70s, and 80s to look the way they did? They didn't have no books. They're standing on the shoulders of giants and trying to pretend like you belong up there with them with your science. And I'm not an anti-science guy. I love science. I used to watch Bill Nye all the time. Bill Nye, the science guy. I just think people overcomplicate things. I think it makes them I think it's some way to make them feel smarter and superior to others. And I think that's really what it is. It's like you're walking around with 13-inch cannons bragging about how the science, while this dude's walking around with 22-inch arms and going, oh, I do some stuff with those things there until it hurts, and then I eat. Well, I'm going to listen to that guy. He's bigger than you. And to me, if you're not putting your money where your mouth is and getting results with your own product, to me, it just sounds like you're selling your product. Superset. Oh, tricep. Quadricep. Let's go to ultra set. I think when you get to 10, you turn Super Saiyan. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. Once you get to 10, you hit. But then the problem with that, though, is you have to stand there for like 6 episodes going, before it finally happens. All right, you can leave it running. Let's check this pump out real quick. I'm not going to bother taking the shirt off because it's just an arm night.
It's a limb night?
It's a what? Yeah, it's a limb night. There's that 18-inch cannon. I just wish I had better definition. That's the problem too, right? I get washed out from the lighting. I'm pale right now, and then I get washed out from the lighting. Oh, they look tubey in this lighting. They look bad. You can't see. And that's the thing, when I get pumped up, they just get puffy. They don't get impressive or bigger. Well, they get bigger, but they just get like tubey. All like the definition goes away. Get that shadowing on that shoulder. Rah. Do that Lou Ferrigno one when he got on stage when pumping on. He All right, let's go work. Let's go do our cardio. Ooh, that's another pretty sunset. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful, man. But not as bright. Oh, orange on orange. Who would have thought it'd be such a beautiful sight? If you would have told me, dude, orange is your color, man, I would have said, nah, get out of here with that. But you know what? I'm starting to think so. That is gorgeous. Oh, the sunset's not bad either. But that is real pretty right there, I'll tell you what. Beautiful little thing. You creeping on me? Okay, so tonight's workout was really good. Worked my arms out. You guys saw that. And I have to say, I am super excited that my arm measurement is still 18 inches. I lost 3 pounds last weekend, and all my measurements are still coming out on top. So that just goes to show you that with the proper training of using the science to fit your narrative of bro science, anything's possible. No, all jokes aside, like if you're a science-based lifter and you like that type of stuff, that's great. Stick with it, man. If that's what really interests you and that's what helps get you in the gym, do it. You know, if you're a bro and you like just getting in there and clanging and banging, get in there and clang and bang. I'll say it 100 times. There's no such thing as right or wrong. All there is results. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're getting results, ultimately, that is the goal. So if you're science or a bro, or you just go in there and haphazardly move stuff around just because you like the way it feels, then do it. If you like the way a machine looks, do it. If you like the way it feels when you lift a certain way, do it. As long as you're getting results, it really does not matter where the stimulus comes from. And as long as you're getting the results that you're looking for. I like training the way I train because it's fun to me. I love powerlifting because it's super intense, aggressive, and there's a constant progression forward. And you know the second you're doing something incorrectly because you get immediate feedback on the weights. Bodybuilding, it's about like, okay, I've been lifting for the last 4 weeks. Let me check to see if I've gotten any bigger. If you're on a cut, it's easy to tell because you look in the mirror, you're getting leaner. If you're trying to put on muscle, it's a lot harder because it takes weeks. It's delayed progress. It's not like overnight. It's not like you could go in there, make a minor adjustment. The next thing you know, your arms are 2 inches bigger. You know, it takes years to get the progress to build on top of itself to get the results. So it's one of those things where it's like, ultimately just comes down to like, what is the most fun way for you to train that you can stick with it and be the most aggressive at it? And that's what's gonna get you the best results. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this walk. I'm gonna put this phone down. You guys have a wonderful evening and we'll see you in the next one. Bonus footage. Last night I'm walking around the neighborhood making my video in my orange vest. Today in our neighborhood chat, because on Facebook we have a neighborhood group that everyone kind of looks out for everybody and asks questions if something's going on in the neighborhood. Well, she sees a message on there, then, hey, what's with the guy walking around in an orange safety vest recording at all the houses? She was like, that's my husband, and he's walking around doing his cardio.
Trying not to get hit by a car.
Yeah, trying not to get hit by a car because he almost got ran over the other night, and he's recording his video. So it probably would have been easier if she just told him he was FaceTiming. Recording his video? What is he recording us? He's not recording you, he's recording himself. For what? Mind your business, Nancy. Damn.
The link. Follow him.
Yeah, hit subscribe, follow him. For more tricks and tips, how to clang and bang and get big with some bro science, you know, follow along. But yeah, I just thought that was funny, and I meant to mention it earlier, but I got a little distracted with all the orange going on, so. But okay, this time for real. Actually, legitimately signing out. You guys have a wonderful day.
evening, night. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving for us, but you guys won't see this until the next week. So I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving.